Throwback Thursday, but I don't have no throwbacks. Well, maybe a couple of these I might be able to throw back. First editorial from my last video, number 27, which was a controversial topic about the DC dunce over there, and that was strictly an opinion. That was my opinions. So what I would like for you people to do is, when you watch my videos, you know, that's all good. Like, dislike, comment. I want you to comment on these videos. Please leave a comment. Okay, I'm gonna jump right in here, and this is Candace the Coon Owens. And if you don't know who she is, this is the colored girl that decided she want to latch on to Trump over there. She's some kind of black Republican or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, she's been popping up on the news here. But anyway, it says Candace the Coon continued to be her part to spew illogical notions about race in America during a recent congressional hearing titled Confronting White Supremacy. Owens argued that black people are not impacted by racism. Based on a hierarchy of what's impacting minorities, if I had to make a list of 100 things, white nationalism would not make the list. Is what Candace the Coon said during a House Oversight Joint Committee Subcommittee hearing. Why they chose her to even come to the meeting? Well, you know, she's a Trump supporter, so of course they chose her. Black Trump supporter. For several years, Owens has used her platform to counter black progression. By disregarding the impact of white supremacy, Owens is ignoring how systematic racism had destroyed black lives for several generations. She's ignoring the impact of lynching in the South, Jim Crow laws, redlining in urban communities, and mass incarceration. Owens, who was once a liberal, has embraced the DC dunce and anti-black rhetoric to gain a larger standing within a right-wing political circles. Her views have become a threat, but they were not enough to sway the panel during the hearing. Following her testimony, the Department of Homeland Security listed white supremacy terrorism as one of the top threats in America, regardless of how she tried to spin it and make it like black people were their own worst enemies. It turns out that, hey, the truth always comes through. Here's a follow-up here. Well, this is not a follow-up. This is a different story, but it's similar to one of the stories I had about the kids that were getting arrested, 5 and 6 year old kids getting arrested. This here is in Muskegon, Michigan. Officials say a school bus driver and aide who ordered several Western Michigan elementary students to get off a bus for eating and sharing a bag of chips have been fired. Muskegon School Superintendent Matthew Cortez says the students left the bus Wednesday afternoon several stops before they should have. The district didn't specify how many students were involved, but said older students helped the younger students stay safe afterwards. Cortez said in a letter to parents there's no excuse for this kind of behavior. He says the driver and aide's actions were deplorable and violated district policies, ethics, and protocol. They were fired for kicking kids off the school bus for eating potato chips. And this stuff is getting crazy about a second. Crazy about a second. And here you go. This is a ATF. White ATF supervisor with a Nazi arm tattoo discriminated against black agent. And the black supervisor for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, ATF, is suing the federal government after she claims she was harassed, held back, and discriminated against for complaining about a white supervisor with a Nazi tattoo on his arm, who allegedly also sent emails from his work account mocking minorities and then President Obama. Cheryl Bishop complained that the agency squashed a prestigious assignment she had in Washington, D.C. after she complained about her supervisor back in 2016. Bishop filed a lawsuit in 2018, but recently gained momentum after U.S. District Court Judge Thomas Zilli denied the government motion to dismiss the case. Zilli also brushed aside hundreds of pages of briefs filed by the government seeking a summary judgment in the case, as well as a request to postpone the case. So this was reported by the Seattle Times. So she was a ATF agent in Seattle, in the Seattle area. So, you know, hey, that type of stupidity is alive and well in America, not just in the southern states. This particular thing was going on in up in Seattle. So this is first in the series, and I'm gonna get started here on number 2.